125 years ago, way back in 1898, a group of baking companies joined forces to create the National Baking Company, also known as Nabisco. Did you know the Guinness World Record for the most Oreo cookies dunked in milk within 60 seconds is held by South African Riaan Marais, who dunked 14 cookies in a minute in 2019. Little did they know this was the beginning of something extraordinary, the birth of the organization that would later bring us the beloved Oreo cookie. Fast forward to today, and Oreo cookies are being produced in a whopping 18 countries all over the world. Can you believe it? These factories work tirelessly to churn out a mind-blowing 40 billion cookies every single year. But how do they do it, you might ask? Well, let me tell you, hand-making these cookies just wouldn't cut it. The amount they have to produce is simply impossible to do by hand. That's why the Oreo factory is packed with heavy-duty machinery, specially designed to crank out over 1 billion cookies annually. Now let's talk about ingredients. Flour, sugar, cocoa powder, vegetable oil, leavening agents like baking soda and baking powder, salt, flavorings, and the heavenly vanilla cream filling. These are the main players in the cookie-making process. Each ingredient is carefully sourced from different producers and approved by a team of quality quality control experts. Once they arrive at the factory, it's time to get down to business. For the raw ingredients, a worker unloads heaps of sugar into a gigantic mixer, followed by 2 types of cocoa that have been processed to make them even more delightful. The cocoa is what gives these Oreo cookies their signature look and taste. A premix of salt and other magic ingredients is added, and then comes a specially formulated canola oil mixture that helps all the dry ingredients come together to form a yummy batter. As huge beaters blend everything together, water is thrown into the mix, and suddenly it starts to resemble a bubbling chocolate extravaganza. But wait, there's more. Dry ice is introduced to lower the temperature of the mixture. Why do that really? Well, when the flour is added, the dough becomes less crumbly and easier to work with. A premix of leavening ingredients is then thrown in, and voila! The chocolate dough is now ready to go. Did you know in 2012, Oreo celebrated its 100th birthday with a special limited edition cookie featuring an image of the moon landing on the cookie wafers? This was a nod to the fact that the first Oreo was sold in 1912, the same year the Titanic sank and the year before the first crossword puzzle was published. Let's continue with the production. The workers scoop up the cookie dough and press it through a grate into a molding machine. This nifty contraption helps portion the dough into individual pieces essential for the molding process. The dough is then molded into biscuit shapes with the intricate design and logo engraved into a roller that presses it onto the cookies. This magnificent machine produces a mind-boggling 5,000 cookies every hour. Next up, the baking part. The cookies gracefully move from a silicon conveyor onto a steel one, as this ensures efficient baking and a perfect, crisp base. They then travel through an 85-meter-long industrial-grade oven for several minutes, receiving an even bake. While the cookies cool, the vanilla cream filling is prepared. Oh, the anticipation! The filling is made from a mixture of powdered sugar, vegetable shortening, vanilla flavoring, and sometimes other secret ingredients to achieve that desired taste and texture. Once the vanilla filling is carefully prepared, it's loaded onto a pump ready for controlled and precise dispensing. On the other side, the cookies are cool and ready for assembly. They move onto another conveyor, leading them to a series of chutes. These clever ramps ensure that one side of the biscuit lands plain side up, while the other side lands with the engraved side up. This is crucial for the all-important cream filling. A centrifugal pump expertly deposits the vanilla filling onto the plain side of the biscuits. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for, the assembly. The top biscuit is pressed onto the bottom one by nifty machinery at a dedicated station. Once the cookies are assembled, mechanical fingers step in and separate them into bunches. Then, grippers swing into action, moving each bunch forward and releasing them into plastic trays. The entire cookie-making process takes about 90 minutes, churning out a mind-boggling 3,000 cookies every minute. Now, these trays filled with delicious biscuits move on to the quality control station. Here, the Oreo cookies undergo rigorous checks to ensure they meet the company's high standards. Only the best of the best make it through this final inspection. Once approved, these iconic cookies are packaged into larger boxes or containers and swiftly shipped to distribution centers. From there, they make their way to retailers around the globe, ready to bring joy to Oreo lovers in more than 100 countries. Can you believe that approximately 34 billion Oreo cookies are sold each year? It's no wonder this iconic treat has become a worldwide sensation. So, if all this talk about cookies has got you craving something sweet, don't worry, we've got your back. Check out our video on how chocolate is made and prepare to be dazzled by the incredible process behind another favorite indulgence. So go on, treat yourself to the wonder of Oreo cookies.